Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back to the Vietnam Dong, shall we? There's not a whole lot of news that usually comes out regarding their currency over in Vietnam, but there is news that affects their currency. So let's head on out in that direction and see the latest and the greatest, shall we? Okay, so one cool thing about what's going on in Vietnam is they are definitely getting a lot of foreign investment. Newly registered FDI at 25.7 billion US dollars in 10 months. So over the last 10 months, Vietnam has been doing phenomenal with attracting foreign investors. This is what we need Iraq to start doing. Total newly registered investment capital, additional capital, contributed capital for shares purchases, and contributed capital from foreign investors totaled to 25.76 billion US dollars. In the first 10 months of 2023, an increase of 14.7% over the same period of 2022, and the highest increase since the beginning of this year. Well, this is 2023, so of course it's the highest since the beginning of the year. So this article and the next one I'm going to show you will blow your mind, because although foreign investors have no problem with coming in to investing in Vietnam, domestically it's terrible. So you can see the graph here, it's broken down. The blue, of course, is new investment, and this down here is distributed investment. So who are the big investors? Singapore with 4.65 billion, Korea with 3.93 billion, Hong Kong with 3.54, China with 3.38, and Japan with 3.01 billion. Those are your investors into Vietnam. On the other side of the spectrum, domestic individual investors close over 500,000 security trading accounts. That's 500,000 accounts that are closed. These are accounts that do business on the Vietnam Stock Exchange. The declining market liquidity has posed challenges for the Vietnam index to sustain its upward trend. Look at it. All of these are red. All of them. Those are the ones that are big enough to register in the first place. So furthermore, in October of 2023, domestic individual investors closed 545,326 securities trading accounts, which has also played a role in a significant drop in market liquidity. Yeah, I would say so. That's a lot of people. So either they don't trust where their economy is going, or they just don't have the money to invest anymore, and they're closing out their accounts to live off of. Consequently, the number of investor trading accounts reduced from 7.8 million accounts at the end of September to 7.45 million accounts by the end of October. That's a lot of accounts in a 1 month period. So from the end of September to the end of October, 7.45 million accounts were closed. That's actually really scary to hear, because whatever happens over there, remember, because we want to go globalized, it affects the markets all around the world. This is another example of why you cannot think globally, because with every nation tied in together, when something happens, it affects everybody. This marks an unprecedented occurrence in the 23-year history of Vietnam's stock market. Individual investors closed security accounts during a month of negative trading in the Vietnamese stock market, as the VN index plunged by almost 11%. Additionally, foreign investors also registered net selling for the 7th consecutive month, resulting in the total net withdrawal from the stock market in October of 2023 amounted to more than 2.7 trillion Vietnam dong. So you can look at this one of two ways. You can say, wow, that ship is sinking. That's not something I would be interested in investing in. Or you could say, good, then the market is going to bottom out. As soon as it does, that's the best time to invest into that country, because they'll be on the upswing. The sharp decrease in the number of individual investor security accounts may be linked to an initiative aimed at data cleansing. In October of 2023, the Prime Minister directed the State Securities Commission to establish a connection with the National Population Database to purify data concerning individuals involved in security trading, which involves cross-referencing information to ensure accuracy and remove incorrect, duplicated, or fictitious data. The deadline for completing this task was November of 2023. That is something I think all companies should do, not just that, but also our voter registration. So you can see right here, Biden promotes, no, just kidding, not Biden. Then promotes investment cooperation with foreign partners. The Province People's Committee of the South Central Province of Ben Din on November 11th organized a conference with heads of foreign diplomatic missions and organizations in Vietnam to promote exchanges and connectivity and introduce the locality's potential, advantages, and development orientations. Speaking at the event, the Secretariat Provincial Party Committee committed to creating favorable conditions for foreign agencies, businesses, organizations, and individuals to live and work in the province. So that's who was the speaker over there at this committee. So the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee welcomed investors boasting modern, environmentally friendly technology, efficient use of resources, and competitive products with priority sectors, including agro, forestry and fishery, industrial and logistics services, tourism, and urban economies. Malaysia's ambassador stated that Malaysia sees enormous potential and opportunities in Vietnam and committed to further enhancing the two nations' trade and investment cooperation. And you can see that Thailand sees the same potential as well. And during this occasion, it looks like Vietnam signed an international cooperation agreement with Korea Land and Housing Corporation. But what is Vietnam really looking for? Well, they're looking for U.S. investment. This could be your opportunity. The Central Province introduced its investment environment and prioritized investment areas to U.S. investors at the forum held in Washington, D.C. on November the 9th. Addressing the event, the ambassador to the United States, the selection of the U.S. for call investment right after high-level visits between the two sides. He pledged that the Vietnamese embassy will continue to coordinate with and support the province in luring more U.S. investors. So Vietnam is definitely looking for more foreign investments to come into Vietnam. I would say so. Somebody has to replace those accounts that were closed by the people locally. And as you go through this article here, it just lists all the different areas in which Vietnam is trying to cater to in order to get investors to come aboard. And America is definitely one of them. So scroll down here. It says, accordingly, the capital city aims for exports in 2024 to grow by 5% over 2023. In the plan, the city pointed out challenges for exports for rising global uncertainty. The economic recession risks, together with high inflation pressures, are causing consumers' demand to decline sharply around the world, including Europe and America, which are major trade partners of Vietnam. Yeah, of course, we don't want to invest in anything. We don't trust what's going on. We have a very corrupt government on both sides of the aisle. Energy and food crises, as well as disruption in supply chains and rising material prices, were still ongoing. Besides, green economy developments was bringing both opportunity and challenges to Vietnam's exports, as developed economies may erect technical barriers. However, addressing advantages from Vietnam's stable macroeconomy and the government's firm solutions to promote production and business, Hanoi said it would focus on devising measures to enhance competitiveness of local enterprises and producers to be able to best adapt to the new circumstances. Under the plan, the capital city would strengthen administrative reforms with the focus on promoting the application of information and technologies in processing administrative procedures, including tax, customs, and certification of origins to facilitate exports. So each country is doing what they can to adopt to this new changeover into the World Economic Forum's New World Order. We know that they're trying to build quickly a lot of these so-called 15-minute cities. If you don't know what that is, you need to look it up. So on one hand, for Vietnam, you have the citizens pulling out of these stock markets, and they're doing it in huge droves of numbers. On the flip side, you have foreign investors coming in from all around the world, pumping money back into Vietnam and investing in that country there. So it's kind of washing each other out slightly, but I'm curious to see where they're going to be this time next year. So not a whole lot going on with the Vietnam dong, but those things do affect the currency. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think. I hold Vietnam dong, and in Vietnam, in my opinion, is way further along than Iraq is. But I'll definitely dig into Vietnam like I did Iraq and see what the hangups are, and then let you guys know. See if there's any hope that their currency will increase before Iraqi dinars does. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll catch you later. I am out.